working undercover for a long time. There's...
Ladies and gentlemen, for the next hour and 15 minutes, you will be shown things so terrifying that the management of this theater is deeply concerned for your welfare. Therefore, we request that each of you assume the responsibility of taking care of your neighbor. If anyone near you becomes uncontrollably frightened, will you please notify the management so that medical attention can be rushed to their aid? Please set your watches. It is 6:45 in the evening in a town called Thornton.
Broke the lock. Climbed in the window and swiped my best child's coffin. You gotta take fingerprints, Jim?
Not right away, Ed. Can't figure out anybody stealing the coffin.
$75 worth.
$75 to the bereaved, $29.50 to you.
I'm not in business for my health. Do you think you can find out who did it?
Oh, I don't know, maybe. How big was it?
Oh, about the size of that coffin.
You mean a guy could carry it?
Oh, sure. Sure, it was a kid's coffin.
Maybe it was never stolen and you're going to use the insurance money to bet on the horses.
I told you I quit that.
Oh, sure, like you gave up playing poker.
Just penny ante.
Ed, when are you going to pay off some of those debts?
Well, real soon, Jim. You included.
Where are you going to get the money? Charge an old man Weatherby $1 million for ferrying Nancy tonight?
My rates are the same for everybody.
Sure, all you can get.
You know what Joe Weatherby said to me when his daughter Nancy died at midnight? He said, you know, my daughter Nancy lived in darkness, died in darkness, and will be buried in darkness.
Strangest thing I ever heard of, having a funeral in the middle of the night.
Well, you can count on old Joe to do things different from everybody else.
Yeah, like having $10 million. Yeah, even so, it's tough on the old guy, his two daughters dying so suddenly.
You never quite got over Alice, did you, Jim? Even after the doc took her away from you. Even after she died.
You talk too much, Ed. Well, I got some work to do.
Jim, what about my stolen coffin?
I got it right on my mind, Ed. Hey, Doc! How's every little thing?
Fine, Tylo. And you?
Still taking nourishment. How's your kid? I'll see her in a week or so.
Marge is fine, thanks.
She was 3 last week, wasn't she?
You've got a good memory.
Yeah, I remember the night your wife died better than you. I was sober. I was with her. Let me give you a little friendly advice. Get out of this town. You're out of business.
Think so?
They say a good doctor could have saved Nancy the night before last.
You know, I just had a childish impulse to take a poke at you.
Not is there anything.
What are they saying about Nancy Weatherby? That a good doctor could have saved her life, hmm? Polly, what are they trying to do to me? Run me out of town with gossip?
It isn't just gossip, Rod. If Alice and Nancy had been just ordinary sisters, it might be different. They were the Weatherby sisters. Richest girls in town. Prettiest. 3 years, they're both dead.
They can't blame me for Alice's death. My own wife.
Rod, they can't blame you, but where were you the night she died? You say you were with Sylvia Stevenson, drunk.
One drink, and a doctor's drunk.
Now, Nancy, we know that no doctor in the world could have saved her, but you can't make this town believe it. Rod, leave this town. It isn't running away. Just take Marge and go. Take me with you.
You suppose Jode Weatherby believes any of it, Polly?
Can he help it, Rod? Jode is a fine, wise old man, but his 2 daughters are dead now, and the whole town's whispering to him. Rod, don't you see how hopeless it is for you to stay here?
I'm not going to give Jim Tylo and the rest the satisfaction of seeing me run. Don't suppose I had any patience today.
No, none. Oh, yes. Yes, one. Sylvia brought Marge in for a second polio shot. She didn't cry a bit. Marge begged me to come over and put her to bed tonight. You think...
Let's go. I'm sick of this place.
I tell you, let's take Marge out to the lake for supper tonight. Give her everything that Miss Cushions won't let her have.
Marge! Margie, I'm home. She's probably hiding somewhere. Margie, Polly's here.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Hello, Miss Cushions. Marge around?
Yeah, she's in her playroom.
Oh, I'll go get her.
Now, let me...
Will you please give me just 1 minute with my daughter alone, Miss Barron? Because as soon as she finds out you're here, that'll be the last I'll see of her.
How have you been, Miss Cushions?
Very well, thank you. You, staying for supper?
No, we're going to take Marge out to the lake for supper.
Miss Cushions,
Yes.
I can't find her.
Well, she's in there. Well, I know she hasn't come out. Unless she...
Must have found the brand new hiding place. Faint signs of her. Well, when did you see her here last?
Well, when Sylvia brought her home. She seemed sleepy, and all she wanted to do was play with her teddy bear. It was such a sunny afternoon, too.
She isn't in here now. Were you here all the time?
Of course. Oh, I ran over to Mr. Weatherby's, but I looked in on Margie before I left. She was lying right there on the floor singing to her teddy bear.
Well, where is she now? Must be here someplace. Marge!
I was only over at Mr. Weatherby's for a minute.
Did you look in on her when you got back, Miss Cushions?
I wasn't away that long, Miss Barron.
Where is she?
Sylvia's?
Why, Sylvia?
They were together all afternoon.
She probably found Miss Cushion's gone, so she went back to Sylvia's. I'll run over there and pick her up. Make yourself a drink, Polly.
Where's Marge?
Aren't you a little early? I said 8:30.
Well, isn't Marge with you?
Oh, I dropped her at your house hours ago. Has she run away or something? Maybe she feels a little neglected, darling, the way I do. Now run along. I'll see you at 8:30.
Oh, darling, I'm terribly sorry, but I promised to take Marge out to the lake for supper. Anyway, there's Nancy's funeral tonight.
Polly going to the lake with you?
Marge invited her.
Oh. I tried to entertain your daughter all afternoon. Oh, why doesn't she like me, Rod? After all, I am going to be her mother.
She just doesn't know you very well, darling. She sees so much more of Polly, naturally.
Naturally. Rod, aren't you letting Polly get the wrong impression? Polly seems to forget that she's just the nurse in her office. She acts more as though she were your wife.
Dr. Barrett's home. No, he's not here. Who's calling, please? Well, yes, he is. What? What did you say? Oh, wait. Wait, don't hang up, please. Please.
The phone rang, and she answered it. And, well, she said what a couple of times, and then she fainted.
You're all right, Polly. Take it easy. Who was on the phone?
Well, how would I know?
Now, take it easy. You're all right, Polly.
Rod. Rod.
Marge? She hurt?
I don't know. The man on the phone, he must be crazy, Rod.
Who was he?
I don't know. I just can't believe anybody would do a thing like that.
No, what has he done, Polly? Tell me. From the beginning.
The phone rang. I didn't stop to think who it was. I just answered it like I do at the office. And it was a man's voice. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me remember it exactly the way he said it. All of it. First, he said, "Is the doc there?" And I said, "No, he's not." And then, yes, I said, "Who's calling, please?" He didn't answer me. He just laughed. That voice, that horrible laughter.
And then what?
He stopped laughing after a while. He said, "I guess the doc's out looking for his little girl." Rod, I was so concerned about Marge, I didn't stop to think. I was so sure he was going to tell me where she was. Was I wrong, Rod? I said, yes, you were.
Well, I was. Go on.
And he started laughing again.
Go on.
And then he said, "Tell the doc that Marge's funeral has just taken place, and now she's with the dead."
Funeral? What do you mean, Polly?
That's what he said, Rod, that Marge's funeral had just taken place and she was with the dead.
And Marge dead?
No, wait. Then he said, "Tell the doc that she's not dead. Not yet. That she's in a good big coffin for her, so there might still be time enough to find her. 4 or 5 hours."
Buried alive. In a coffin. Not my little lamb. Oh, nobody could do that to my dear, sweet darling. Nobody.
What are you going to do, Miss Cushions?
I'm going to call the police.
No.
Rod, we better call him.
No! You forget about Jim Tattle, Polly? He'd do anything to hurt me. He would let Marge die.
Do something, Rod.
Well, are you just going to stand there and do nothing while my own little...
Her funeral has just taken place. With the dead.
We're wasting a lot of time, Rod. There isn't much left.
We need help, Polly. We need a whole town full of people to help us search everywhere. I don't know a single man or woman in this town that I could trust except Sylvia I'll have to do it by myself.
You trust Sylvia, not me.
I'm sorry you said that, Polly. I'll get some shovels. There's a flashlight up in my room. Another in the car. Miss Cushions, I'm going out to the graveyard now to look for Marge. If anybody finds out where I am, they might try to stop me. I don't want you to tell anybody anything, Miss Cushions.
Do you think for 1 minute I would do anything that could harm my Marge? Oh.
Miss Cushions, that includes Marge's grandfather. You're not to run over there or telephone. You understand?
But Mr. Weatherby should know about this. After all, he'll want to find her as much as you do.
Miss Cushions, you know his heart condition. Do you want to kill Mr. Weatherby? Then I advise you not to tell him what has happened to Marge.
Teddy bear.
That wasn't here when I came back from Sylvia's. Somebody put it there.
It's got dirt on it.
This isn't topsoil. It's clay. From deep down.
Grave is deep.
Mr. Weatherby. Mr. Weatherby. Mr. Weatherby.
I asked not to be disturbed until time for the funeral, Miss Cushions.
Well, I know, sir, but I had to see you. Marge has been buried alive in a coffin.
First Alice, then Nancy, now Marge. Bring the flashlight. Flat.
Rod. Shall we separate and both look?
Stay together. Both at one place will make it go faster. Where do we begin? Where do we begin? There's so many, Polly. She could be anywhere, in any one of them.
He really has buried her, Rod. He couldn't do it without leaving a trace. Let's look for a grave that's been tampered with. Fresh dirt, mound. He just walked right through it and found us. This is fresh dirt, like the clay on Marge's teddy bear.
It isn't here. Shh. What's the matter?
I heard something.
Hear it now?
Rod, we've got to think like the man who did this. It's the only way we're going to find Marge.
There are 4 or 5 upright citizens in this town who hate me enough, or are cruel enough, or crazy enough to bury a child alive. I can't think like any of them. All we can do is search every inch of this ground for fresh digging.
No, I heard something. It's like whispering.
I didn't. Let's go on. You look to the right, I'll look to the left. Keep the beam down. Something. I don't know what it was. Could have been. This is it.
Why didn't we think of it before?
It hasn't been opened in years.
Someone's following us. It's tricking us. We're doing exactly what he wanted us to do. Just wandering, helpless.
Perhaps. But if he's dug into this ground anywhere, we'll find Marge. And in time, too.
He's planned it this way. He's watching us right now. Laughing like he did on the phone. Following us.
Of course he's out here. With a mind twisted enough to bury a child alive, of course he'd want to see me suffer. See it, not just imagine it. He's got the knife in my back, and now he's twisting it and standing out there laughing. That's part of it.
Who is it, Polly? Who is it?
Do you see that?
No.
Something moved out there.
Nerves. Seeing things that don't exist.
Something moved. This isn't just nerves, Rod. Something moved. I saw it. But we're fools. Nancy's funeral tonight. They've been digging her grave, and that's where that dirt on the teddy bear came from.
Come on. Wait. Turn the light out. Stay in the shadows. If you looked down into an open grave and saw nothing, dig a hole in the bottom of the grave. Put the little coffin in.
Use some of the dirt to cover the coffin and throw the rest up on the mound. Coming, let's get out.
No, it's too late.
What are you doing down there?
Caretaker.
Who's down there?
What are you doing out here, Jode?
Marge, trying to find that man with the gun. Thought maybe she was down in Nancy's grave. What is happening, Rod? Why must I look for my granddaughter in the grave of my daughter? Why, Rod? Why? I blame myself, Rod. I tried, but she was always rushing through her own world of darkness, rushing everywhere, getting nowhere. Nancy. Nancy.
Faster! Faster! Tell me where we're going 100 miles an hour. I want to live fast, love fast, and die fast.
Take your foot off the gas, Miss Weatherby. There's a cop behind us. Anyway, I can't steer going this fast.
Hi, Jimbo.
Well, if it isn't my little old blonde built-in headache. When'd you get back, Nancy?
Yesterday. Would you like to hear me say something in Italian, Spanish, German, or do you prefer French, Jimbo?
Meet anybody interesting over there?
Only men.
Those foreign docs help you any?
Nope. I'll be blind forever and ever.
I see you got yourself a new chauffeur.
Isn't he darling? Nick, this is Jim Tylo. He'll be arresting us every hour on the hour. Hey, Jim, you know this thing can really travel.
Yeah, and it can kill you, too.
Is that bad, Jim?
Bad for other people.
They've got the edge. They can see me. Nick, take this heap home. I'm riding with the chief of police. I'm going to catch up on all the gossip.
It's nice having you back, Nancy.
Same old Jimbo. How's Rod Barrett?
You gonna stay home a while?
Oh, I don't know. Dad says he's fine, but he doesn't sound fine.
Alice dying like that hit him pretty hard.
Hit you pretty hard, too, didn't it, Jim? The way home?
Well, it's one way.
The way I like best. Button, who's got my button? Button, who's got my button? Button, who's got my button? Button.
Look, Nancy, why don't we get married?
Get married, Jim? Don't be silly. Why should I get married? All men seem alike in the dark.
I'm serious.
I'm serious, too. Jim, you're the last man in the world that I'd marry. Because I don't want leftovers.
Listen, honey.
Be honest, Jim. You know you love Alice. You loved her even when Rod married her. And you love her now even when she's dead. But I do understand, Jimbo. Come on. Let's blow the siren all the way home.
Miss Weatherby.
You call me that one more time, I'll have you fired. What are you doing here?
Nothing. You know something, Miss Nancy? One of these times you're going to dive in there, and there isn't going to be any water.
Come on in.
I've got my clothes on.
What difference does that make to me?
There's no doubt about it, Nancy.
So, what do I do now, Ron?
Marry him?
Let's say it was person or persons unknown.
It's the only solution, Nancy, unless you go away somewhere for a while.
Have it born blind the way I've been all my life? Rod, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not just going to marry some man either. I don't want to be a wife, and I won't be a mother. I just want to be what I've been all my life. Nothing. So?
No.
What if Dad finds out? What would that do to him?
It could be serious. Another heart attack.
Exactly. I'm the only thing that Dad has now, Rod. He's proud of me, God knows why. And he loves me. And if he finds out...
I'm only a doctor, Nancy. I have no power, no authority to weigh one human life against another.
Won't you help me and tell me what to do?
How can I, Nancy? I'm a doctor. Dr. Barron. What? How badly? Well, get her to the hospital right away. I'll be there. What? Never mind that now, Quigley. Get going.
Always rushing through our own world of darkness. Rushing everywhere. Getting nowhere. Nancy. Nancy. Alice is gone. Nancy is gone. All I have left, Rod, is Marge. Oh, find her, son.
We will, Jode. But you shouldn't be out here.
Wanted to help if I could.
There's nothing you can do.
Where do you think she is?
Here. Somewhere.
Don't let anyone know you're out here. They'll stop you. Find her, please.
You killed him, Jode. This is bad for all of us. Until Marge is safe, no one must know that Hummel is dead.
If Jim Tylo finds...
No one. Jode, you can't stay out here now. Polly, take him to my house.
Marge? Oh, Mr. Weatherby, what have they done with my baby?
Who was the last person to see the child?
Sylvia Stevenson brought her home.
Then you were the last, Miss Cushing.
Yes, I suppose so. Except whoever took her away.
You've taken care of the Weatherbys all your life, haven't you? First Mrs. Weatherby, then Alice and Nancy, and now it's Marge. A lifetime. But the end is coming, isn't it? When the doctor marries Mrs. Stevenson, there'll be no place near Marge for you.
You don't think...
There is still time, Miss Cushing.
Hello?
Holly?
Have you...
No. Now listen. Think back hard, that phone call. Where exactly did he say Marge was?
In her coffin.
Out here?
Well, he didn't say where, but the teddy bear had cemetery dirt on it.
That could have been smeared on later. Now try to remember. Did he say that she had been buried?
He said that her funeral had just taken place and that she was with the dead. It's Ron.
Funeral? With the dead? Nancy is dead.
Oh, Rod, not in the same coffin with Nancy.
I'm going to Quigley's funeral parlor.
I'll go with you.
No, Polly.
Now, I want to. Where are you?
Hummel's. All right. But not in front. In the alley.
He thinks she's with Nancy.
I will phone you if anything...
Polly, I alone have the right to open Nancy's coffin.
Why?
She's with Nancy.
He's in there. He must be in here. I can hear him. Where is she? I can hear her. Where is she? Breathing artificial, just mechanical pump. Sounds like breathing. See? A motor-driven bellows under the casket. It sounds so lifelike for the bereaved.
What have you done with her? Wait. Done with who? What? Marge, what have you done with her?
Nothing, Doc. Nothing, Doc. I haven't seen her for weeks. What's happened?
You buried her alive, Quigley.
Buried alive? Me, Mr. Weatherby?
Wait, Doc. I don't know anything about it.
Buried alive. Oh, my God. Why do you think I do a thing like that? Wait, you're all wrong. Honest to God, I don't know anything about Marge.
I think he's telling the truth, Rod.
Now listen, Quigley. Keep your mouth shut about Marge, you understand? We're going out to the graveyard now to look.
We're all going to the graveyard, Doc. Good evening, Mr. Weatherby.
Tyler?
Somebody swipe another coffin, Ed?
What? What's this about a stolen coffin?
Somebody broke in here last night and stole a child's coffin. At least that's what Ed says. Hummel here yet?
Haven't seen him.
Is that the way you dress for a funeral, Doc, with dirt all over?
Better go change.
Jim, I couldn't get Hummel on the phone. Old man's never been late before.
Hummel or no Hummel, we better get rolling. We'll help you load up. You don't mind helping, do you, Doc?
You! Cockle-doodle-doo.
This is my...
Time's running out.
Well.
You know that coffin that Jim was talking about? You couldn't walk around town carrying a coffin.
A car? A truck?
Like Hummel's or a hearse, like Ed's. Who else could drive out to this graveyard with a coffin in broad daylight without everybody in town wondering why? Hummel in a truck or Ed in a hearse?
No one would question Jim Tyler either. Rod, look.
So many people could have done it, but who would do it?
Somebody. If they were a little crazy, might think Marge would be better off with her mother.
Better off?
And turned over to a woman like Sylvia, who only wanted to use Marge as a stepping stone to her own ambition. Maybe that's why they call them stepmothers.
It's enough, Polly. Oh, this isn't it. This is just part of the pattern, putting fresh dirt on graves that make us dig and waste time. All right, Polly. Out with it.
The things they said about Alice.
Blaming me for her death?
Nancy, Cushions, Jim Tylo, everybody.
Do you?
No, not physically.
What do you mean? Not physically?
Not with your hands. Not with poison. You and Sylvia. When Alice was so sick with Marge and the whole town talking.
Alice Weatherby. Now, your husband's going to blame me for this. Oh, shush.
Hello, Polly. You look as though you'd seen a ghost.
It's just been such a long time. So, Miss Cushions? The doctor's busy now. I'll tell him you're here.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, Rod.
Your wife is here, Doctor.
Alice, here?
Now, about lunch.
I'll do my best, Sylvia.
I won't accept that. Country Club, 1 o'clock.
Alice, what in the world?
Hello, darling. Surprise. Hello, Sylvia.
Alice, it's so good to see you up and about. It's been so long. I must rush now. Goodbye, Alice. Bye-bye, Rod.
Alice, really? This is very foolish, Miss Cushions.
Well, don't blame me. I tried my best to stop her.
Oh, I'm just so tired of staying in bed all the time. 9 months, Rod.
Alice, when we decided, you knew the danger. This is the worst thing you could do.
But I feel much better today. Rod, I want you to take me for a drive in the country, and then we can have lunch somewhere. I even want a cocktail.
Darling, the only drive you're going to take is straight back home.
Oh, Rod. Oh, please, just a little drive, and then just lunch somewhere.
Alice, please. The time is so short now. Just take it easy for a little while longer. Miss Cushions will drive you home now, darling.
Couldn't you drive me home and then, just stay long enough for lunch, dear?
I'd like to, but I've got appointments all afternoon. All right, off you go, darling. Be very careful on the streets, Miss Cushions.
Is Dr. Barrett come?
No, I don't know where he is.
Oh.
Thanks, Sylvia. I'm worried about Alice. She shouldn't have gotten up today.
You've got to relax sometime, Rod.
I don't really need this, you know. Just being here with you is enough.
These past months have been hard on you, Rod. You've become so tense. Has me worried a lot. You've got to think of yourself a little, Rod. You're simply too good to waste your talents in a town like this. Excuse me. Hello?
Is Dr. Barrett there, Sylvia?
No, I'm afraid not.
Do you know where he is?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh!
It's been a terrible time for you and Alice, hasn't it?
A friend is a wonderful thing to have. You know, you've just about saved my life this past year.
That's what I'm here for, Rod. To help all I can. You can't live continually with sickness.
Is Dr. Barrett in? He's not at Sylvia's or his office at the hospital.
Well, we can't waste any more time.
Where's Rod? Get Rod over me, please! Please!
Oh, now, don't.
No, it's Rod! Don't, it's all right! Oh, get Jim Tyler, quick! Oh, Rod!
Baby.
Rod, where are you? Oh!
Doc?
How'd you get in here?
Walked.
Something on your mind, Jim?
Nothing much.
Must be pretty important to keep you up this late.
Thought I'd come by and congratulate you, Doc.
Me? What about?
You're the father of a 7-pound daughter.
Alice.
Yeah. She's dead. This is only the beginning of what you're going to pay, Doc. There's going to be lots more.
Sylvia, when Alice was so sick with Marge, the whole town talking. I think you're a good doctor. But Sylvia has ruined you as a man just the way she ruined her first husband. And I think she's ruined you as a father. The way you neglect Marge is shameful.
You've never been fair about Sylvia. Not even honest with yourself. I wonder. You've watched me suffer now for hours, haven't you? Watch this thing take me apart. But it hasn't been enough for you. Not yet. So you'll wait. You'll wait until you're sure I can't take it 1 minute more. Are you doing it to teach me a lesson? Or to make me so grateful to you for saving my child that I'll forget all about Sylvia? Is that it?
But the phone call.
How do I know there was a phone call?
That was a dandy while it lasted. Besides fist fighting, what else are you two doing out here?
You forget, Jim. Nancy's funeral, remember?
A couple of shovels at the wrong grave?
Jim, listen.
Holly?
Someone has taken Marge and buried her alive in a coffin. Help us to find her, Jim, please.
What all
Look, we've
now?
looked everywhere out here. A tomb, that's it.
Now, wait a minute. This is my family's tomb. It's locked and it's been locked.
You got a key?
No, Hummel keeps it. Nobody can get in.
She's not in here, Polly.
You know anything about this, Doc?
No?
That figures.
Time has run out, Polly.
Nancy Weatherby emerged from the utter darkness of her life into the eternal sunshine of your heavenly presence.
We pray unto thee that at the time of judgment, the burden of blindness, which Nancy Weatherby carried with her all her life, be balanced in the scales against her trespasses. Forgive this child of darkness, we beseech thee, O Lord, and hold her blameless, just as throughout her short life she blamed no one for her great affliction. Have mercy upon her. Let your light shine upon and console this, our departed sister.
Amen.
You too, Doc.
I didn't do it. Look at his pockets. Take it back. And take it with you. Because it's all you'll ever touch again.
Why'd you shoot him, Ed?
Nobody stole this coffin. He made me put it here.
I made this thing. He brought the dress and hat. Everybody was hounding me about my debts. You too, Jim. And he promised me all I needed if I'd help Nancy. Doc could have saved her. But he let her die. And he said I was to blame. Then he started in on Jode Weatherby, talking him into having Nancy buried at midnight. Then letting him hear that Marge had been buried alive. Doc made me build that breathing thing in my funeral parlor. Doc never let up on the old man, killing him with one shock after another.
Jode Weatherby was tougher than you thought, Doc. It took you almost 5 hours to shock him to death. All you had to do was put heart failure in the death certificate, and no one would have questioned it.
Help me! Jim, help!
All right. We'll take you to the hospital.
My office. Go there first.
All right. Come on, you two.
Let me go alone. Just Polly. A minute.
Why, Rod, why?
Jode's money. I've waited for it so long. All the years with Alice, and 3 years more with Nancy in the way. She died. I knew I could get it all. Only took me 5 hours, Polly. It was perfect.
I guess the doc's out looking for his little girl.
Now, I can leave this town. And take Marge.
Tell the doc that
And leave.
Marge's funeral is just taking place. And now she's with the dead. Tell the doc she's not dead. Not yet. Tell the doc she's in a good big coffin for her. So there might be time to find her. 4 or 5 hours.
Marge? Marge?
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not, I repeat, please do not reveal the ending of this picture to your friends, as it will spoil their enjoyment of it.
trust there have been no casualties and that you are all in the best of health. But
we hope you've been